राम राम भाभी, पानी लेने जा रही हो?
In a quiet local community on the edge of a forest in India, a morning began like any other, with soft sunlight touching the rooftops and the distant sound of birds calling from the trees, and no one could have imagined that before the day ended, a moment would occur that people would speak about in whispers for years, a moment that would change the way they looked at wildlife forever. A young woman stepped out of her small home carrying her child, her movements slow and careful, her face calm but tired, the face of someone who worked the land every day to survive. Farming was not a choice for her, it was life itself, and that morning she walked toward her small plot of land just outside the community, the forest standing quietly nearby like it always had, close enough to be seen, but far enough to be respected. The child rested against her chest, warm and peaceful, unaware of the world, unaware of the danger and the miracle that would soon unfold. When she reached the field, she laid her tools down and gently placed her sleeping child on a clean cloth on the ground beneath a tree, where the shade was cool and the earth was soft, a place she believed was safe, a place she had used many times before. She checked the child once more, watching the slow rise and fall of the tiny chest, then turned away just for a moment, only a moment, to continue her work. The sun climbed higher, the land remained quiet, and for a while nothing seemed out of the ordinary, until deep within the forest something ancient and powerful began to move. An elephant, large and silent, followed a path carved by generations before it, a path older than the community itself, walking with steady steps and calm awareness, not searching for trouble, not driven by hunger, simply moving as elephants do. Then it stopped. The air carried a new scent, something small, something vulnerable, something that did not belong to the forest, and slowly, cautiously, the elephant stepped out into the open land. That was when it saw the child lying on the ground, sleeping peacefully, completely defenseless. The elephant froze, its massive body still, its ears barely moving, its eyes fixed on the tiny human before it. It did not charge, it did not trumpet, it did not run away. Instead, it stepped closer, carefully, deliberately, until it stood near the child, and then it did something no one could have expected. The elephant positioned itself directly over the sleeping child, standing like a wall between the child and the forest, casting a shadow that shielded the small body from the rising heat, its presence calm, protective, unwavering. Time passed, slow and heavy, and from the forest edge other animals began to appear, drawn by curiosity and instinct. A stray dog wandered close, but stopped the moment it noticed the elephant, lowering its head and backing away without a sound. Later, wild animals moved through the trees, watching, waiting, but none dared to come closer, because the elephant did not move, did not threaten, did not chase, it simply stood there, and that alone was enough. The child stirred once, letting out a soft sound, and the elephant lowered its head slightly, as if listening, as if aware, but still it did not touch the child, did not interfere, only guarded. Meanwhile, the mother returned from a short distance away, carrying what she had gone to retrieve, and as she stepped back into the field, and looked toward where she had left her child, her world stopped. Her breath caught in her chest as she saw the elephant standing over her sleeping child, and fear unlike anything she had ever felt rushed through her body. She dropped what she was holding, her legs trembling, her heart pounding so loudly it felt like it might burst. She wanted to scream, to run, to call for help, but something held her in place, something deep inside telling her that this moment was fragile, that noise and panic would shatter it. The elephant turned its head slowly and looked at her, not with anger, not with aggression, but with a calm that made her freeze even more. Tears filled her eyes as she fell to her knees, her hands shaking as she pressed them together in prayer, whispering words of hope and fear and gratitude all at once. For a long moment, nothing happened, the woman kneeling, the child sleeping, the elephant standing between life and danger. Then, slowly, the elephant took a step back, then another, turning its massive body slightly away from the child, opening a clear path. The woman understood without a word being spoken. She moved forward carefully, every step slow, every breath shallow, until she reached her child and lifted the small body into her arms, holding tightly, feeling the warmth, the life, the safety she feared she had lost. The child was unharmed, untouched, peaceful, and the woman broke down completely, tears falling freely as she clutched her child to her chest. When she looked up again, the elephant had already begun to walk away, moving calmly back toward the forest, not looking back, not waiting for praise or thanks, disappearing among the trees as silently as it had arrived. Later, people in the local community would gather quietly to listen as the woman told her story, not shouting, not arguing, just listening in disbelief, standing on the land where the elephant had stood, some bowing their heads, others folding their hands in respect. There were no photographs, no videos, no witnesses beyond the mother and the child, but the truth lived in the silence, in the untouched ground, in the child's steady breathing. From that day on, the community looked at the forest differently, not only as a place of danger, but as a place of mystery and balance, a place where even the largest wild animal could recognize innocence and choose protection over harm. The elephant never returned, but the story remained, passed from one voice to another, a reminder that miracles do not always come from people, that sometimes nature itself steps in quietly, powerfully, and walks away without asking for anything in return.